Hello students, today we are going to learn about inclusion. Inclusion is the need of the hour, and today we are going to learn about difference between diversity, disability and inclusion. We are also going to learn about meaning and need of inclusion from educational, social, economic, humanitarian, democratic and legal perspective point of view. To understand diversity, disability and inclusion, here there is a pic which tells us that the beauty of the world lies in the diversity of its people. What is diversity? Diversity is the range of human differences, including but not limited to race, ethnicity, gender identity, sexual orientation, age, social class, physical disability or attributes, religious or ethical value systems, national origin and political beliefs. This picture tells how diverse, that is, the children are coming from diverse backgrounds. Now, when we try to understand diversity, diversity is of two types, environmental diversity and diversity of abilities. And when we think of inclusion, we need to include the students who are coming from different environmental backgrounds, and also we need to include students who are diverse in their abilities. Now, what are the different dimensions of diversity? Children are different in terms of age, ethnicity, gender, physical abilities or qualities, race, sexual orientation, job classification, military experience, parental status, religious beliefs, work experience, geographical locations, socio-economic status, and the list goes on and on. Now, when we are talking about environmental diversity, again, environmental diversity, when we think of it, it is in terms of social diversity, it is cultural diversity, economic diversity and linguistic diversity. So, children are coming from different social backgrounds, they are having different cultural norms and they believe systems in different cultures, economically different backgrounds, and they speak different kinds of languages. Now, environmental diversity, what exactly it is? Differences among people of group of people and individual, that is based on ethnicity, race, socio-economic status, gender, exceptionalities, language, religion, sexual orientation and geographical area. There is also diversity of experiences, viewpoints, backgrounds and life experiences, that is nothing but because of environment. Tolerance of thoughts, ideas, people with differing viewpoints, backgrounds and also the different type of experiences which the children get from their life. Diversity also can be measured across many variables, that is age, race, sex, economics, geography, religion, philosophy, etc. There is variation in race, gender, sexual orientation, religion which they follow, political leanings, professional and personal background. When we talk about social diversity, it goes beyond cultural backgrounds and it focuses more on individual attributes, lifestyles and situations. A diverse population mix means that most school places are not only multicultural but also include children from wide ranging backgrounds. When we are talking about cultural diversity, the existence of multiplicity of subcultures and different value systems in a plural or multicultural society or other settings. Now, here in this particular pic we can see how there is cultural diversity, how people celebrate different kinds of festivals and we have different kinds of customs and different type of value systems. When we are talking about linguistic diversity, we come from a land of diverse cultures. We speak different languages. We come from different economic backgrounds, and therefore when we are talking about linguistic diversity, it is a specific measure of the density of a language or concentration of unique languages together. This diversity covers varied types of traits including language, family, grammar and vocabulary. That is, the different types of languages which are being spoken, they have different type of grammar and vocabulary, though the languages may be same. Coming to the economic diversity, which is a multi-dimensional concept, and that includes the products, workforce skills and capabilities in a local economy, in addition to how well that economy is able to compete in the global marketplace. Here we can see how the people are different, what type of differences you can see in their culture, in their languages and so on. Now, what is the difference between diversity, disability and inclusion? When we talk about diversity, it is simply a representation of many different types of people. We have already discussed this, that there is diversity in terms of gender, race, ability, religion, etc. We have seen in the dimensions of diversity, and this focuses on differences and is referred to as a mix of people based on different gender, race, ability and religion. Diversity is what you have, inclusion is what you do. That is, how do we include people from different diverse backgrounds? Simply having a diverse group, team, workforce, classroom, etc. is not enough. Everyone should feel safe and encouraged to fully participate and share and be on equal footing as everyone else. When we are talking about inclusion, what does that inclusion mean? Inclusion is involvement and empowerment. It is not only involvement, but we need to empower each and every child who has been included, where the inherent worth and dignity of all the people are recognized. We need to recognize the worth of every individual. And this inclusion promotes and sustains a sense of belonging. It values and practices respects for talents, beliefs, backgrounds and ways of living of its members. So we are respecting each and every particular individual. Inclusion is the deliberate act of welcoming diversity. Though we are coming from different diverse backgrounds, different diverse cultures, we are deliberately acting on welcoming those individuals, and not only welcoming them, but we are also creating an environment where all different kinds of people can thrive and succeed. Inclusion is the act of making the mix work. So here when we are talking about diversity, when we have talked about diversity, when we are having diverse type of people, those diverse make a mix and we want to make them work. What do we mean by disability? Now this disability is a permanent injury. It can be seen over here in this particular pic. That is, it is a permanent injury, or it can be an illness or physical or mental condition that tends to restrict the way that someone can live their life. So maybe a child may have certain problems with his legs or hands, and therefore that is going to restrict the way he is going to live his particular life. It is a physical or mental condition that limits a person's movements, senses or activities. So disability is a result of permanent injury that is going to limit a person's movement, senses or activities. In this pic also you can see what the meaning of the disability is being very clear in this particular pic. So we can say that pictures speak more louder than the words. Now we are going to learn about what exactly is the meaning of inclusion. Now if we try to see this word, it is nothing but it is the state of being included, but it is a bit more complicated than that. It is used by disability rights activists to promote the idea that all people should be freely and openly accommodated without restrictions or limitations of any kind. Miller and Katz, they have defined inclusion as a sense of belonging, feeling respected, valued for who you are, feeling a level of supportive energy and commitment from others so that you can do your best. So every person needs to be respected, he needs to be valued, and we all as individual needs to support them. We need to be committed so that they do their best, they fulfill to their best. It is about valuing all individuals, giving equal access and opportunity to all, and also we are removing the discrimination and other barriers to their involvement. That is, we want that they need to be involved in different activities, and for that they need to be valued, they need to be respected, and they need to be supported by everybody. So in this pic also you can see though there is diversity, these people need to be included, and inclusion promotes this particular feeling. Now, why there is a need for inclusion, and that has been included in justification for inclusion. Now, there were different acts from time to time. The first particular, that is Rehabilitation Council of India Act 1992, it also stressed for inclusion. There was another act in 1995, Persons with Disability Act, and Education of Children with Disability. It should be a part of the National Policy on Education 1986 and the Program of Action 1992. Children with special needs are covered by special schools and are integrated in the mainstream schools. In spite of the above acts, though there were different type of acts and policies and different types of programs which were being brought forth, but majority of the disabled children were out of schools, and most of these disabled schools were found in the rural areas where they did not get, that is, educational opportunities. Whatever educational opportunities were there available, they were available in the urban areas, and therefore inclusive education enabled them to get opportunities for education at their own location. Another point for having inclusive education or stressing inclusive education, that is, we have seen few special schools in the urban areas, that is 75% of the children with special needs in rural areas are there, and less than 15% services are there. So though there are number of children in the rural areas, but the services provided over there are very less, and most of the schools, special schools, are being seen in the urban areas. Another factor which has been mentioned is the cost of running these special schools, which is very high. Along with that, though the cost of running special schools is very high, but always there has been a shortage of the trained teachers, and therefore to overcome the financial constraints of the state government of setting up new special school, the concept of inclusive education has come into existence. In addressing the issue of why inclusion, the reality in the Indian context should be reviewed. And some of the facts in the Indian scenario are, that is, 90% of the disabled children are found in the rural areas in India, and the special schools as well as integrated education programs are very few in number, and they cannot serve the number of disabled children, and therefore inclusive education is needed to provide educational opportunities to all disabled children in their own location. As far as standardized model of integration, that is, one specialist teacher serves 8 to 10 disabled children of the same category. This approach is not practical in rural areas. In most villages of the country, disabled children of different categories are present. Therefore, the disabled child has to depend on general school for education. As a result, inclusion is inevitable for these children in rural areas. The extent of disability in each category ranges from mild to severe and profound cases. Now, if you try to see, that is, mild and moderate cases are more in number than the severe or profound cases. And these depend on general education system, and therefore this calls for involvement of general education so that these children left out of the school or at risk can be served. According to 2002 figures of literate disabled population, only 9% completed secondary and above education. Therefore, inclusive education calls for involvement of general education to be sensitive to the demands of children with mild and moderate disabilities. Also, inclusion helps to build a sense of belonging to the diverse human family. It also provides a diverse, stimulating environment in which to grow and to learn. It also helps in evolving in feelings of being a member of a diverse community. Inclusion also helps to enhance self-respect of the individuals by providing opportunities to be educated with the same age peers. If we try to look from the educational perspective point of view, that is, inclusion helps in meeting the needs of all the students, and all the children are enriched and have opportunity to learn from one another. They have the opportunity for caring for each other, gaining attitude, skills and values which are necessary for our communities. Inclusion also helps in developing positive attitude and sensitivity, and also it tries to provide opportunity to prepare for life in community. When we think of social acceptance, peace and cooperation, inclusion is a must. It helps in learning socialization, learning academic and communication skills. When we think from the teacher's point of view, their professional skills are improved because it is due to collaboration, it is due to peer support, inclusion is going to be a reality. Inclusion provides teachers opportunity in decision making and shaping the daily life of the school. When we think from the social perspective point of view, inclusion helps in accepting, respecting and appreciating people of different cultural, religious and ethnic background. It promotes wider social acceptance, peace and cooperation among children with and without disability. From the economic point of view, that is, estimated 600 million persons with disability are there in our country, and most of them belong to lower economic bracket. When we think of special schools, these special schools are not enough in the urban areas, and in the rural areas the conditions are still worst. When we think of special schools, the setup of these special schools is very expensive, and therefore inclusive education proves cost effective in terms of building cost, salaries of the teachers, provision of aids and equipments, transportation facility, etc. The financial constraint of state government in terms of setting new special school, that is also being taken into account. Now, if you try to think of the parents of children with special needs, they are not able to bear the expenses of educating their children in these special schools, and therefore inclusive education is the best option. If you think of humanitarian point of view, from the humanitarian perspective, that is, we believe in the principle of normalization, which leads to enormous potential growth, and inclusive education helps in the principle of normalization. It also helps in self-supporting, socially competent members of the society. Inclusion helps in realizing one's potential by providing equal opportunities, exercise of human rights and its enjoyment to the fullest. If we think from the humanitarian point of view, inclusion also helps in development of confidence, motivation and positive expectations for the achievements. From the democratic perspective point of view, that is, Inclusion promotes the value of equality. We believe in equality as we live in a democratic setup. Equality is being stressed over you. Inclusive education is a human right, and there is no discrimination but right to learn together. All children participate in the school community. From the legal perspectives, that is, if we try to see these different acts, right to education, Article 29, Article 45, RCI Act, persons with disabilities, that is, these all have stressed on the need and importance of inclusive education, where that is right to education. It says that no citizen should be denied admission into any educational institution maintained by the state or receiving aid out of state funds. Article 45, it states that Constitution directs states to provide free and compulsory education for all children until age of 14. RCI Act 1992, it stresses on training of rehabilitation professionals, whereas Persons with Disability Act 1950, it stresses on equal opportunity, protection of rights and full participation, free education, equipment and books for the children who have been included. In this slide we can see how inclusive education, it believes in equality and equity. To end with, that is, learning knows no bounds. Robert John Meehan, he has quoted, "It shouldn't matter how slowly some children learn, as long as we are encouraging them not to stop. We as teachers have a very important role to play in the lives of the children who have been included, in the lives of the children who have been included in the general classroom. So we as teachers need to encourage them, motivate them." There are some video links related to inclusion. You can watch them on YouTube channel. I have given the links, so it will help you for the better understanding of the concepts. A very big thank you for your patience listening and watching my video. Thank you once again.